off if we need it. And we should probably just minimize this so we're not just looking at the fucking sound outputs.
So we're not like, oh.
Okay,
no.
So would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh, yeah, sure. I'm a Kristen Plescow.
It's probably best to go with our actual human names.
Yeah, that's my not furry name, I guess, but yeah.
Well, this would go sort of towards on, like, I was thinking probably just putting it on YouTube and then linking through and stuff, so people that might not know we're furries. So it might not be better to mention we're furries.
Oh, people don't fucking care.
Well,
if they do, they're literally the worst people. I mean,
yeah.
You know.
I suppose so. So you're Kristen Plescow. I'm Andrea Radeck. We are both illustrators for a living. Let's strip all denomination away.
Let's pause. Yeah, like we're
what is okay and what is not. Yeah, we're both illustrators for a company, salaried for a living, and then we both do freelance stuff outside of it, as well as being members of the community, various communities, DeviantArt and other, for a number of years. So the purpose of this podcast, or this, whatever the hell this is, we don't even have a name for, everybody needs a catchy name. This cast of sorts. Yeah, it's just essentially going to be us looking at old illustrations we've done in the past, and then making fun of them, because they're really awful looking. And it's a good way to learn as well, because then we can, obviously point out and see things now that we're older. A lot older.
A lot wiser.
I don't know about wiser, but we're at least older and more weathered and bitter.
Our bitterness is, we've toughened with age. Like a bad wine.
Yeah, so let me move this so I'm not turning away from it as much. Can you still see that?
Yeah. No, I can.
If I even slightly turn it.
Yeah, with your non...
Yeah, I'm working on
monitors.
it. I'm working on my shitty monitors. Yeah, this is also not really, like, we're not aiming this towards children in any way, because you can't talk about shitty artwork with being like, boy, that wasn't as great as it could have been. And you just say, no, this is shitty. Yeah, golly gee, how fucking terrible is this? Well, obviously not with the F word, but yeah. So the first one that I chose for myself is called the Coelacanth. I was going to try to call it the Coelacanth, and that's obviously not what it is.
Good.
I know. You know what I like about it is it's not even a fucking Coelacanth. Like, it's not even fucking close.
To me, it reminds me of like a beta fish on the back, like just.
I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, honestly. But my favorite thing is I had to fucking fix this thing up for hours and hours and hours when I was still in college. So this was a part of my college graduation portfolio, and this was the fucking star, quote unquote. I know, how fucking awful is that? And I just remember... You
tried. I can tell you tried.
That shitty looking star, yeah.
Oh, God.
Effort was put forth. I just remember, like, the disappointment on my professor's face. He's like, oh, maybe you should tone down that lipstick a little bit.
She looks a lot. She reminds me of one of my pale friends in high school that she just had skin as white as cocaine. It's sort of like that.
Like, I think at the time I was still writing Column Sky, or I just started writing Column Sky. It's literally the fucking character. I'm like, I'm gonna put her on a fish. That makes a lot of fucking sense, and like, I don't even know.
So what she looks like?
No! She looked like a fucking dead body with,
With her puff pants? Puff pants, puff shirt?
Puff pants ahoy over here? No, she doesn't look like that with her
one chest muscle.
I had a general idea of what chest muscles and...
I mean, it's not completely wrong.
She has the curliest boob on this one side, and then she just has, like, the fattiest, like, tumor on the other side.
I like to imagine it's like a man's, but it just swelled, like she got stung by a bee, so it's a little tender, a little puppy.
God, yeah. So, fuck, where to start with this fucking thing? I mean, it's, okay, let's just start from the basic. It's not a fucking, I'm gonna turn this a little bit more. It's not a fucking, it's not a coelacanth. And I knew what a fucking coelacanth was at the time, and I don't know why. I'm like, yeah, it's a coelacanth. Yeah, it's got 9 billion tiny fucking scales. I know coelacanths are mostly armored, and they have, other stuff.
Well,
but,
I mean, it has, like, face armor, but where are the lobes? Where are its fleshy?
It just has like
coelacanth lobes.
These what looks like fatty guts coming out of its gills, which are supposed to be its fins.
That's a fin.
Yeah, I didn't even bother putting the other one. I think what it was is that like John Foster had come to our college previously, and he did that whole fucking thing with like the grayscale and then like doing the colorized layer and stuff over it. And
there's a way to do it.
Yeah, this was right in the middle of it's like, God, I don't know what the hell skin looks like. She just looks like a fucking gray zombie. And
with puffy.
God, and it's fucking ridiculous how you spend so much time doing this stuff, and then you look at it later, years later, and you're like, I must have had just like pudding in my eye the whole fucking time, because I don't understand how this is the same picture.
And you want to like send a letter of apology to all your professors, like, I am so sorry, I am not like this anymore. I gave such sass at times, like, no, you don't understand. It has a gem in its tail. I know it has 9 million facets on it, but it's a gem. Well, I mean, it's
like, why is the fucking tail around the other? What the hell was I thinking?
It doesn't have like a ventral fin or a dorsal fin.
It doesn't have anything. It's literally like a fucking cornucopia with a face and then like a drape, like just stapled onto the back of it.
For me, it's like the light, like yellow green part, like.
Yeah, which part?
Like the one like nearest to the gym, like
in the middle of the swirl.
Yeah, like I don't get it. Like it's not like the gym is that color, because if the gym was that color, I'd be like, all right.
I had no fucking idea what color reflection was at the time.
But there's red in there too.
Look at how this bottom part, in the bottom right corner, this bottom part is pink, and then like the underside of the belly, it just has. It's like blue, like a deep blue for no reason. Yeah, I had no fucking idea. I'm just like, I really want to add a lot of really interesting colors, but then I don't want to try and put an actual tones to it. So it just has these really shitty looking highlights. And I mean, I cannot stress how many days I spent on this fucking thing.
No, I mean, it looks like you put a lot of effort into it. And see, like, I want to do... No, see, like I try to look in the positive sides of things, and sometimes it's really hard. And this is hard. But I can tell you spent a lot of time on it. I mean, like, those things... I mean, even if it's not, like, expertly painted...
I painted every fucking scale. Yeah. That's where the time was sunk into. It wasn't about thinking about the concept, and it wasn't about actually making sure she had legs underneath her fucking...
It's just going into the fish. There's just a hole in the fish. It has hole in the head disease, which is a real fish disease, by the way.
It is a real fish disease. What the fuck is even this? Oh, she has a trench coat on.
But why?
What? Why she has a trench coat is the least of her problems?
But why is it like blowing to the left, but her pants are completely like fine? Like
she actually
puffed.
She actually just uses tree trunks. She uses the bark from trees to just establish pants. And I remember it was like right around this time. I had somebody give me a comment on DeviantArt. They're like, everything looks like fucking trees. It was like one of those comments where it sort of like snaps you out. You're like, wow. It does really look like fucking trees, you know?
It's always good when you get something like that. For me, it's like I remember, and this, for some reason, like, I like, studied geology in college, and I remember, like, what I would describe the luster as is a greasy luster. Like, it's
the whole picture has this greasy luster.
It's a greasy luster. There's not really any variation to it, but it reminds me of, like, a soapstone, where it's just kind of like, you're like, okay, I'm gonna mark that as a greasy luster.
Yeah. Well, okay. Let's talk about color. That's a good a lead in. Let's talk about color.
You tried.
Again,
you got some orange and you got some gray blue there, and that's it's getting there.
I wouldn't give myself that much. You can try and be positive. I'm not going to be positive because I fucking hate this thing.
It's muddy.
It's very muddy. The thing was I painted this in I was gonna say value. It is value.
Right? You mean like you started grayscale and then, built it up?
It's value. I don't know why I got that confused for a second.
I mean, it could be anything.
Yeah, the hue is a soapy, yellow-ass color.
Bluster.
More like a bluster.
No, don't do that. Bluster, I guess.
Yeah, no, I just started with, like, random... God, you can even hear my toes crack. This microphone picks up everything. It's like somebody snapping a carrot in front of it. I started with like, grayscale, and I remember it looked nice in grayscale, and then yeah, I just started coloring, and it just was, like, shitty, and I didn't know what to do, and I just kept going with it. And I'm like, yeah, I want to have, like, an orangish face, and then, yeah, I guess that each scale also sort of looks like an incredibly depressed feather, you know?
Like,
it's got
looks
the spine
almost
per
transparent.
scale.
Like, parts of it are just shaded in such a way that it looks transparent.
Oh, you mean, like, up here by the tail underneath the curl part? Yeah.
Yeah, like, I can't tell what's, like,
That was
material it is.
That was literally my best try for,
reflections?
like, yeah.
Oh,
Isn't that
no.
awful? And the funny thing is, like, and I kept this playmat and stuff of this non-specific company we both work for, where I essentially redrew the character. Sorta. It's a lot of the same fucking thought, where it's just like a flying fucking fish.
But where's its low?
Yeah, I got
cheeks?
smarter.
You should've.
I stopped,
Where's its beta fish fins?
Where's its... The thing that really bothers me is, you know, I majored in biology for a while. Little while. And, like, I fucking know better than that. I don't know what was wrong with me.
Like...
So... Yeah. The general is, it's poorly colored. It is greasy looking. It's like this weird, pukish, milky color for most of it. It doesn't have anything that really stands out. The part that sort of stands out is, like, it looks like it's shaded with black. Which,
yeah.
That's...
Like, what I want to do is I want to add, like, a yellow overlay to it or something. Just
I
something
don't
to unify the colors. You know, just... Because right now I feel kind of almost, like, nauseous. Because your colors are really good now, and, like, I promise, like, I'd be, like, you know...
Oh, yeah.
I'd be telling you.
You can look between the two, and
like,
I at least fucking learned something.
At least, like,
I've
10
learned
minutes,
something
and,
in
like,
10...
just...
This wasn't even 10 years. This was 2010, so 5 years? 5 years ago?
Oh my god. Because I remember, like, I think
That's
around this time, like, a little bit after you started doing the cars and avatars, I remember because I thought it was really cool. I was like, wow, this person's awesome.
Wow, I gotta know this person.
Golly, I gotta be internet friends.
And then we actually became friends because I contacted you about somebody I thought was stealing your artwork.
Oh, yeah. I remember because, like, he wanted to use, like, one of my old paintings as a basis.
He literally is
for his
like, I like this person's drawing. Can you just take this design? I'm like, I'm gonna contact this person and double check.
Yeah, but it was okay because he commissioned me too. So.
Yeah, and then he commissioned me for other stuff after that.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's fine.
Anyways,
so.
but about that. But yeah, so the anatomy is crappy. You cannot tell really muscle tone. Like the folds in the clothing are just like, they just look like bands that happen in muscles.
Yeah, it looks like you understand, like, to me it looks like, you know, like Silent Hill? You know how it has, like, the greasy, like, the innards textures and stuff? It's just that gray
I
and
don't,
that red.
but I know exactly what you're talking about.
It just looks like the inside of, like a stomach or something, like, just, like, you know,
it looks like innards.
my nightmares.
And then, like, this fucking somehow starkly colored ruffle is, like, some sort of gills coming out the top. Maybe like that's the glowing... deep meaning behind this picture. She's actually the fish, because she fucking looks... She has no color to her skin.
She stole the gills, and that's why the fish is gasping, like,
no! I gotta go! My God! I gotta escape to the air!
Oh, I'm having such a bad time!
Yeah, I mean, I spent so much time on it. Most of it was scales. Most of it was done in a very inefficient manner, and...
God, just that fucking, like, meatlobe. Like, it's just, like...
The fin?
It looks like it needs to be cooked, and, like...
Yeah, it's disgusting looking.
It looks like... Oh, you know what? It's like, you know, like, the varnish you can put on clay figurines to make them all slimy, and then you can make it look like precious moments. See, like, everything's precious moments. It's like that kind of...
It's a very precious time.
It looks like you put that precious moments glaze
this like, fad only lasted for a little bit, too, and... Like, I did another piece that we'll probably critique as well, because it's another one I'm like, yeah, I'm really pleased with this, and I look at it later, I'm like, that deer is 10 feet tall, and it makes no sense. Let's go with general size. Like, this fish is way too fucking small to carry a person. It's a magical fish with magical gems for tails and everything, but... Like, I imagine, like, this big, majestic creature thing, and then she just turned out bigger and bigger, and her head fatter and fatter, and then I had to keep, like, compensating for it. So she just, like, she originally was only, like this fucking tall, and he's like, she's gonna fall off that fish. Damn it, you can move it back, and,
she's still gonna fall off the fish, I mean... I also like how your fish has a little bloat. Like, it looks like its belly is, like, you know, it looks like it has a little...
I like to think it's pregnant. Or sick.
There's like a disease where your fish gets like pine cone, like, you know, it's awful, but basically it looks kind of like that.
I thought that was bloat.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, because its scales and stuff are sticking out.
Yeah, it's gross. It's like a pine cone disorder.
What I really like, and I didn't realize this till later, is like this fucking, her crotch area is like a fucking disco ball.
Oh, she has diamond magic underwear like she's a Mormon or something. Protects her from evil.
I don't even remember painting that. Like, it looks like she has like the outer appearance of like textbook fat. Just like glued onto her crotch.
Or it's like a chainkini, like a chainmail bikini, like just kind of.
She just looks like the worst person to hang out with. She looks like a.
She just really
like a little
reminds
shit.
me of my high school friend that had white.
Did your high school friend also just ride on large?
She wore lipsticks like that, and she had brown hair.
She also had a puckering disorder.
She puckered her lips. She thought she was like super hot shit. And so she would cosplay a lot, and that just reminds me of her cosplaying, thinking she's super sexy when she's not.
I can print off of this for you if you want, and then you can send it to your friend.
I actually haven't talked with her in a while because she.
You should just send that to her and just say you're a piece of shit, and then just write that on the back.
Well, she did cheat on her boyfriend, and you know she might be, but she might have changed.
And send her a bag of glitter. That along with the bag of dicks, you can send people. You can also send them actual shit. I found out today through Reddit. And, just a bag of glitter. Well, and then as they open it, just fucking glitter gets everywhere. Which, that's a fantastic revenge.
That is. It's just like, I don't want to, like, speak bad of people I don't know anymore. I mean, she could be a really good person. It's just I remember she was not a really good person around that time.
She may have had a presto change, a life change.
Well, I hope so. Because it wasn't going good.
Yeah. That was a lot of my friends.
Uh-oh. Friends, if you're hearing this, I promise we're not just...
Friends, if you're hearing this, I know you don't watch my YouTube or anything associated with me.
We're alive.
My dad was actually telling me about a high school friend of mine that she used to fucking pick on me. She's like, oh yeah, she really likes your artwork. And that is the most bewildering thing.
Oh yeah, when people from your past know you and you're like, oh!
Don't look at it!
I'm so hideous, you know.
I've spent so much time on something that isn't, you know.
And they knew you when you like really awkward anime or something, and like they can hold that against you.
I kept my anime fixation in, and then expressed it online.
At least you're not like.
I used to have drawings.
I
used to have drawings of Inuyasha, and then I would hide them under my bed like it was fucking pornography for my parents.
God.
Like that's how ashamed it was. I'm just
so
like,
much.
She can't let her.
God, like I remember in the pale friend, the cocaine pale friend. Like she didn't do cocaine. It's just that
Inuyasha.
No, she loved Inuyasha. She had like all the books. She loved like
I just say that.
Rumiko
dead to me.
Takahashi or whatever her name was. And it's like I took Japanese for 7 years. I literally just cannot remember her name. So, but
I thought it was Rumiko. Something with a T.
Yeah, I thought it was Takahashi, but I could be wrong. I don't care. But I remember she had like the stupid like Ranma 1/2 one, and I just
I got through part of that, and it was just like
it's stupid.
It's the same stupid shit over and over because there's like a large amount of people just spraying water for no reason all the time in Japan.
Yeah,
apparently.
Also, there's like 50 billion.
You went to Japan.
Springs.
How many times did you get sprayed with water randomly?
Probably a lot, actually. Like there was a lot.
Well, then it was actually a book of fiction or actually a book of fact.
Like it's interesting, like if you read some of those things and you have like lived there in the 90s and you look at the 90s things, you're like, oh yeah, they did have phone chat rooms and weird shit. You know?
Anyways, about this picture, so we can move on to your beautiful picture. Do you know which picture you want to use?
Yeah, but it's on Photo Bucket, so we might have to pause for a little bit to pick it up.
Yeah, we can pause and do the
because and I don't even know how high res it is, so we might have to zoom in.
Fuck, we can use our eyes and figure it out.
Yeah, because like
do we have any lasting impressions on? Do we want to talk about how her one belt buckle from her stupid aviator hat is straight out to the side, and then she has no connecting strap underneath?
Well, what about she's her arm, like, holding onto the stick?
Oh, that is a stick. God.
Yeah, look, it's like a little mitten hand. Like she's a goddamn
Kristen,
chameleon.
I may or may not. Do you like how I hid the hand over here? So it's just fucking backwards and on the other side. You can't see it. I totally did that thing where
she's giving you the lips, like, you can't see my hand. You can't see my hand.
I'm too sassy for you. Yeah.
I like how I can tell you would have liked this at one point, though, because of, like, the steampunkness.
Yeah, that was a phase I could run.
You sure
and a character that I'm like, I just love steampunk everything. And then I think I had to draw a steampunk helicopter. I'm like, Yep, I'm done with
That's
steampunk
when
now.
it stopped. That's so funny. It's like, I remembered that, and you're like, well, this is fucking hard.
Yeah, God, how many hours I spent in fucking superfluous gears that don't go anywhere, and
That
etc.
looked like a nightmare.
It was fun, but also terrifying. Anyways, yeah, so, this was 2010, Andrea Radeck artwork that, God, just look at the fucking, like, random red on a weird angle. What was I thinking?
It's okay.
Where
just
are her
embrace
knees?
it.
She has just, like, fucking right angles for knees.
She
like,
also has
upwards
short
right
ass
angles.
legs. Like, she is like 2 feet tall. Like,
I
she's
will.
like
I will give you a little insider
gnome.
tip. She's got a lot of fucking problems. I'll give you an insider tip. Her legs were a lot fucking shorter to start, and that was the main thing that my teacher's like, no, her fucking legs are a lot longer. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure her legs are like akin to someone either with dwarfism or
some hormonal deficiency.
some hormonal deficiency or appropriately placed tumor.
Remember,
in the brain.
wasn't it King of the Hill where the uncle or
Yeah,
something?
Cotton Hill. It was his father.
Yeah.
Cotton Hill had gotten his shin shot off, and then he just had shoes.
That's what that one straight leg reminds me of. It's just like she got her.
She's
her
not that bad.
No, it's not too bad, but she does have like abnormally short legs like I do.
Yeah, I don't know
Like,
what. I think for the next, if we do this again, I think the next one I want to do is that fucking dragon where it has all like the random metal parts on it that I've shown you. Or it has like a metal face, and then it would just have one.
I'll know.
It's like one fucking gear arm that would just swing around because I just put random like metal parts. But if you actually fucking look at it, it's like
a vague nightmare in my mind.
I'll make that terribly real soon enough. How about that she has no fucking belly button because she's like a fucking alien?
Well, no, she's probably wearing a shirt. I mean, you can't fucking tell.
She's wearing her grandma
She's pale as
panties.
cocaine.
She's like what I've got. For some reason, these pants go up past my belly button. Look at this. Like,
yeah, if it was earlier in the 2000s, I would say, well, it was the 90s, but it wasn't.
It wasn't.
There was no
I was still a
excuse.
child.
Can't have it that high.
Yeah, I wasn't even like. Oh, I was just like a 15-year-old. No, I was the 21-year-old trying to fucking draw this piece of shit. Ugh, it's the worst thing. Okay, so that's mine. We will pause it for now. Which, if you're listening, no, it's still recording, so that's a good sign. We'll pop back up with Kristen's in a second. Go, baby, go. All right, we're recording.
Okay, it's working. All
right. So, Kristen, would you like to talk about your image first?
Oh God. Well, okay. So I was a member of an Oekaki board, which is like really for those of you that were born in a world of internet. It was basically like a shitty online community that you can draw in tiny, shitty online draw. Like how would you explain it?
And then somebody always would overdraw it with something.
Oh yeah, it was awful. Basically, it's like a message board, but with images, but really old, and Japanese
also,
weird.
The tools that you could use to actually draw were just
incredibly limited.
It was pretty much MS Paint.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. But like this was not done on that. This was done in Paint Shop Pro, and I remember that. But basically, I was super excited because the Oekaki board was holding a contest for a Wacom tablet, and I didn't have one, so I was super excited. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna
use a mouse.
Yeah, it was pen and a mouse. So I mean, so I put a lot of effort into it, but basically, I ended up bless you. I ended up completely bombing the contest. Like I didn't even place. And you know what? The first prize wasn't even good anyway. So I was just like,
was
bitter.
it like a Wacom like bamboo fun?
Yeah, it was literally like the lowest.
We'll
tier.
get you a $25
I was
Wacom of some sort.
God, I think I was like 17, 2005, so I hadn't even graduated high school. I was 16, actually. So yeah, so I didn't have that, and I was like, and of course the next year I'd get one, so, that didn't matter, but it was done in pencil skin.
Fuck you, Okake board.
Yeah.
And your contest.
Fuck you guys.
How dare you?
I don't even remember who you are. But yeah, so basically, so it took forever, I remember, just...
Here, turn a little bit more this way. Turn your head.
Oh, yeah.
No, your head more this way.
Oh, my head?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, I basically... I wanted to have, some sort of super badass battle and it just ended up, muddy shit. It's I burned and dodged the hell out of it, and it's anime as shit, and everything is flat, and I tried... And I put a lot of effort in the background and stuff, and it's just shit. And
You should
it's
print this out on a playmat.
Yeah, it should. If I can ever find the high resolution. It's like, I love how even, like, the people's hair, it's, like, this shitty brown, but then there's always, like, a little bit of muddy green in there. Like,
you're doing that reflected... Hold on. There we go. You're doing some of that reflected color stuff.
Yeah, I tried.
Sorta. In the same way that I was doing it. The previous one is just sort of, like, slapping it on for, like, straight two-color.
Yeah.
Is that the parakeet?
Yeah, no, it's buttling. It's
great
beeping.
Parakeet sounds. That parakeet so much.
But yeah, and of course all the detail I spent so much time doing, like the ice and stuff in the background, you can barely see, especially since this is a tiny pixel thing.
This might be a little insensitive, but you spent time on your ice in the background. I know, because it looks like...
I can't see it.
Like, I got strong opinions about your...
Oh, feel free. Go for it.
It looks like jizz. I'm just gonna say
it does.
It looks like wrong. Icicle jizz. It looks like...
I was super proud of it, too.
Oh,
I was
bet.
This is just fucking perfect.
It looks like you used the blurriest fucking brush, and I couldn't tell if it was supposed to be spider webs or like icy spider webs.
I think if it was higher resolution, you would be able to see it. It's basically, it was...
Oh, I see. It's clearly the resolution.
It also might be the resolution, but you can see there were, like, you know, not like veins, but like, you know, little lines and stuff. So I was really fucking like, I was like, wow, this is the best thing ever. You know, and it's
I just like how like the ends of the icicles are a lot more like bright than certain parts of it.
I had no
like,
fucking idea what ice looked like.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, well, icicles are a thing, and then like, you know. And it's just like a jizz cloud that was frozen in time.
It's not just a jizz cloud, it's an icy jizz cloud.
Yep. It's an
Thank you very much.
It is. And like I remember being super proud of like, you know, the monster face and the little foot that you can barely see because it's so muddy.
Oh my god, it does have a foot. I just thought it was just like an extra like
I'd love to redo this to be not shit, because I was like, because it would be fun to show my 2005 self that she was just a piece of shit artist and that her future self would be much better.
Past Kristen, eat a dick.
Dear sad Kristen in high school, fuck you.
I know you're excited about Japan and everything, but just learn to deal with disappointments like this picture you drew.
And I remember I literally stayed up the entire night before getting on the airplane for Japan to do this, like to get it done.
Was
in
it
time.
worth it?
Luckily enough, it meant that I was completely adjusted when I went to homestay in Japan for 2 weeks. So I was completely on the Japanese schedule because I stayed up so late.
Huh.
So it actually worked out really well.
Thank you, shittily drawn anime picture.
Yeah, so at the very least, if I ever go to Japan again or something, or that part of the world, I'm just going to stay up the entire night and then just kind of sleep on the plane, because that basically you just pretend to get on their schedule and then like you're fine. You're golden.
Okay, so let's talk about what part of this image do we want to talk about first?
It's just a fucking nightmare.
Let's start with the heads. All right.
It's anime.
Well, yeah, it's anime. The one character is suffering from no eye syndrome. Does he have any eyes?
No, he doesn't. It's just
it was
so
from
hard.
back here. It looks like he has like a scabbed over one eye, but I think that might be some of the resolution. But it just looks like he has like a tiny, crusty, scabbed over eye.
No, I can see that. It's just, it's also, it's
like really high up as well.
You know what the sad thing is that this isn't even that much bigger than this. It's like maybe 900 to 1200 pixels tall.
Damn.
Like, and that was the full, like, I did not have a concept of print ready until I was basically in college. Like, I was retarded.
What do you mean I can't print at 72 DPI? That's pretty much the same as regular eyes.
It's as tall as my monitor. Yeah. What more could you fucking want?
Oh my god, yeah.
And it was as big as my 17-inch CRT monitor. Piece of shit.
It fits this 640 by...
That's why you can see the resolution. It's a CRT monitor.
It is. It really is. What was the old resolution? Was it like 460 by 640?
768
that was still even a little more
24.
advanced. I remember 640. I thought 640 was the main resolution at one point, because our website had to be at that resolution, just in case anybody logged on with their like 20-year-old computer.
We had Windows XP at this point, so it wasn't. It was
the future then.
Yeah, until I didn't realize my love of Macs until later, but I thought Windows XP was a shit, and it was shit. It was just shit.
Let's go back to our closest. I'm gonna call him. What's the guy from Bleach?
I hate that show. Sorry, anyone who likes that show. I think Bleach.
Fuck Bleach. We're an anti-Bleach podcast. No, what the fuck is his name? It's kind of goofy.
I don't know, like Yusuke or something?
No, other ones are called
name?
Yusuke. Bleachy boy.
Bleach-kun?
It's on the tip of my tongue. God, what the fuck is this stupid?
Like an Ichigo.
Ichigo.
Yeah, there we go. I remember his name was like fucking Strawberry or some shit.
Yeah,
like,
it had a stupid
Japanese
fucking...
Again? Oh, it's Ichigo. God damn it.
Old blondie strawberry head.
What a
he looks like Metal Knight Ichigo.
I think this was done before Bleach, so...
Wasn't Bleach in the 90s, though?
No.
You had to be poisoned by that at some point.
Oh, no, this was done in 2005, so basically, like, Gundam Seed had come out. Bleach wasn't a Bleach.
You could do a quick look, maybe, if you want to... No, maybe not, because it's an annoying, like...
Yeah, no, that's true. I type very loud.
Alright, so... Your other... What's the person from Final Fantasy VII?
It was probably... Cloud?
Not Cloud.
Oh,
the girl. The Aerith.
Oh, Aerith.
Your Aerith look-alike on the top there.
Oh, she does. Oh, son of
I like to
bitch.
think of her like, God, what was those fucking things where they were just like a big ball of hair, but then they had feet and they danced around? The fuck was those things?
What are you talking about?
I don't know. They were...
I'm thinking of like Karibo from like Yu-Gi-Oh, but that's not quite right.
She just looks like some sort of head monster, okay? Where, like, she just has a body where it's also, like, in the shape of a cat-ish, but then, like, her head is to the side.
Yeah.
And then she just has, like, these random fucking limbs. Maybe I'm thinking of Animal from the Muppets. It sort of looks like Animal from the Muppets a little, with mixed with, like, Cousin It, like a horizontal Cousin It.
No. God, it does. Like, I think, like, honestly, like, the hand and the foot aren't actually that bad.
I thought she was Mr. McGregor with an arm for an arm and an arm for a leg. Like, I thought that the other main one was her other arm, but then I, like, as you were sitting here describing it, I'm like, that's a fucking foot.
Yeah, no, she's like
some sort of crazy anime
thing.
thing.
She was hooked on. She's like,
hooked
no,
on.
Good, I'm so scared. And,
Oh,
she's
all of my limbs have popped out of their joints. I must climb.
I didn't have an idea of depth. So imagine, like, the dinosaur is literally, like, a foot wide, and she's just hooked onto it. And she has, like, a shitty magic circle that I took for fucking ever. Like, look, there's a little arrow here.
It looks like the thing I did for the thing we can't talk about that we had to cut out at work.
Yeah.
Like, the whole bunch of crazy
don't
fucking...
tempt them.
That...
Oh, yeah. That thing, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
like with the crazy-ass symbols and shit.
Yeah, but this has no line variation because I had a fucking mouse.
Yeah. Yeah, the next time we do one of mine, we'll do one of my we can do Butt Crack Angel. I
do
think
you have
that's
any
a good
like
one for
MS Paint art? That's always fun. I have like troves
all
of MS Paint
all
art.
of my MS Paint art was thrown out when our fridge was thrown out.
Really?
Yeah, like I remember like visiting my mom at work when she worked at the bank, and like she had MS Paint. I'm like, I'm gonna draw something nice for you. It was just some piece of shit. Good. It's probably like a lot of 25 dog and stuff. Like that's the only crap I used to draw.
Well, at least, so you didn't say that. Like, I remember being proud of, like, this Aerodactyl fan art I did in, like, 95, and it was on a Windows 95, so I saved it on a floppy disk. And it took up the entire fucking floppy disk.
You could still probably...
It was, like, 1.3 megabytes. It was fucking giant. And I was proud as shit of that. It was good. I probably still have it. I probably can find the Aerodactyl.
I think all of my MS Paint drawings died when our computers died. Because, like, my parents just used to randomly click on fucking spam and stuff, and like, this computer takes 20 minutes to even bring up the AOL start menu, you know? Like,
fucking AOL,
like, it was all fucked up.
We actually got rid of AOL, oh my god, I just fucked up my contact by being so upset at AOL, I just rubbed it out of my eye. But basically, we were so... There we go, I fixed it. But we were so done with AOL, it was like 3.0.
Were you a Net Zero family?
No, we weren't a Net
Juno
Zero
family.
No, this was before that. No, this was basically we went with MSN. So it was before AOL even had an instant messenger. We decided that AOL was shit, and so we went with MSN. And my parents still have a fucking MSN account, and I do too.
Yeah, so do I. But I had to get that for something.
Yeah, God,
I forgot what the fuck it was for.
Yeah, and my dad spelled my name backwards, and he thought that was clever as my email. Like, it was like PNetCirc. And I was like, and then you just keep it for a while. And then
my dad also thinks he's clever, and him is like, it's like Jimwit. His name is Jim. It's like, get it? It's like Dimwit. I'm like, you really want that? Sending that to your coworkers?
Oh, God.
And he does. And it's still Jimwit to this day. I'm not going to say the numbers after, because of course it was like early 2000s. So go put a bunch of numbers on it. Yeah, okay, they mean things, whatever. Let's go back to your painting. So we have...
It's 2005.
We have Ichigo. We have Aerith.
Yeah. And
we have Spider Aerith, And then we have... I've been trying to make sense of this fucking jaw system on your dinosaur.
It doesn't make any sense.
Like,
the tongue is going out, and
Oh, the tongue's even going out? I can see that.
Well, I wasn't very good, okay? Alright? And so the mist... I actually think I did an okay job with that. But considering it's a mouse, that actually looks like a little cloud coming out of its mouth. Like a little mist. I did. Good job, I thought there was... Kristen.
Claps... Pats on the back.
Piece of shit.
You piece of shit. I thought they were mushrooms, but you still think they look like...
They actually could be mushrooms, too. You know what? Fucking 2005 Kristen, you don't get shit.
Fuck you, Kristen. Fuck you, 2005
Oh, God, he has
Kristen.
you can't even see because it was so dark because of the CRT monitor. But
I believe the term is brooding.
Oh, my God.
It's so brooding.
His leg
is that a leg? I thought it was a
scarf. Leg. No, it's not a scarf. It's a fucking leg. And
Well, maybe that's why he's screaming in pain, is because his pelvis is crushed and his fucking hips are pointing opposite directions.
Yeah. You like how the sword also is just completely round?
Yeah, I just noticed that.
The sword, the fucking,
Honestly,
dick,
when I look at this first, all I see is some sort of, green turd, and then I just see his, bright-ass orange head. And then the rest of it just sort of comes to you eventually.
It's supposed to be a spooky ice cave, and I just cocked it up. There's
you were a child, Kristen. You're allowed to cock it up. That's what.
Well, it was 2005. I wasn't really a child. I was 16. That's almost
and I
adult.
was 21 when I fucked mine up. It doesn't fucking matter.
Well, it's time to beat our.
Trust me, I've been doing that ever since, because I just come across that crap. Occasionally, it's just not again.
Yeah, it also reminds me of all the. I hated high school, so just even seeing this just reminds me how disgusting high school was and how much acne I had.
Butt Crack Angel does that for me. Butt Crack Angel is my first thing that I did on... Beyond that, the fucking, eye that took me, 9 hours to paint, and it's just, a really simple-ass anime eye. Doesn't even look good. But,
hey, you tried, man.
No. No, I'm pretty sure I got a result that I was okay with, and then I gave up.
At least he didn't have an extended anime phase like this.
You say that, but I totally fucking did.
A decade of anime?
I haven't been painting that long.
I know. See, you have the advantage. The home advantage right there.
The home advantage of being an older adult. No, I cannot get myself down this dirty road, or I'm never coming back.
Yeah, so...
I was attempted to do that. Anyways, your dinosaur head, it looks like the top jaw has nothing to it. It just looks like it... It looks like its head has, one bulbous eye, and then it just sort of, tapers to a point where its jaw is at the bottom.
And its teeth are on the fucking front, on its,
It just looks like it just sort of, comes around and just,
Oh, God,
and then its bottom jaw looks like it's been punched to the side. Because it actually has some depth to it.
Yeah, it does.
And then its other eye has just disappeared from...
I think it's supposed to be, I
understand its head is supposed to be turned, but then, you can see all of the inside of its mouth and everything, which if it was the actual jaw, that's not what that would look like at all.
I think the top of the bottom of the top jaw is curved because I'm fucking retarded.
Because
I think it
the culprit is inexperience.
Yeah, I didn't fucking know. I think, you know what it was? I had Dinotopia. And I think I probably looked at one of the mouths and I just didn't quite understand perspective. I was like, yeah, you know what? The fucking dinosaurs, they don't have pointy teeth. They have rounded, sharp teeth.
Man, this is fucking revolutionary.
Yeah. Oh, I fucking love that thing.
Tech.
So probably
time to
looked
type
at that
up a good picture.
And thought I was being clever, but I fucking wasn't. God, this is shit.
Well, I also like that his neck is really, fat. Let's talk about the body of this creature, because does he have multiple legs?
Yeah, see, this is the hind leg.
Right.
I remember because I drew it. It's like a
the other fatty part that's right behind his head. Is that also a leg area, or is
this
it just
his shoulder?
That's his shoulder, right?
So, and there it is. So
there's that leg. No, I'm talking about this fucking part here.
Oh God, no, that's his fatty tail.
And it
because his ass is
he just looks like a lumpy green turd, where he just has
You're not fucking wrong.
He has multiple segments. I thought he just had multiple legs, and he just was the fucking...
It'd be more badass if he did.
Well, if he were gonna redraw it, add some more fucking legs.
I kind of do, here, sorry for all my sins. Here's something better.
You can finally put your soul at rest, your past soul at rest by actually drawing the picture.
Yeah.
Me, on the other hand, that fucking Coelacanth thing is fucking doomed. I'm never touching that fucking thing again. I did the thing with the fish here. That's as fucking good as I need. Put a bunch of fucking animals and stuff on it.
I mean, maybe
Good
it's
enough.
just being raised Catholic. I just feel I have to fucking repent for everything. I feel like I just gotta repent. Like, she doesn't even have a goddamn shadow. She is just... She is just penciled right on there. It's like, yeah, I'm just gonna fucking do it.
She is clinging so desperately that she has no actual form.
Her face doesn't have any depth, and her bangs...
I also thought that she was just biting onto it. Yeah, she does.
Yeah, fuck Megatokyo. I probably liked it back then,
She reminds me of my brother in the 90s, and he used to, like, curl his bangs around.
No.
And he would just take, like, the side of his bangs, and then he eventually, it just looked like he had, like, little, like curly, like, bull horns inward.
God, that reminds me of, like, just...
And we find those pictures of him occasionally, and we fucking laugh at him because he deserves it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was a shitty haircut. Shitty haircut for a shitty time period. A beautiful time period, but...
I don't know about that.
Tamagotchis, I guess. I mean...
Tamagotchis are not going to save the race. Save that fucking decade.
That's true, but...
So... Oh, man, that was up.
So this is just garbage. Like,
so yeah, let's talk about. So he has like this big, burly, like
he's
like man body.
Chunk. You know, he's supposed to be a chunk. You know, like not like a skinny dragon, but like a chunky.
No, I was talking about the guy.
Oh, the guy. Oh, sorry. No, I'm not that. No, his torso is way too small. I think his crotch is like mid-tail.
Well, you know, crotches are difficult, so why not just put his crotch behind the tail section? Also, where does that tail at? So it comes around, but it doesn't
around him. And
but it doesn't actually come in front of him again.
It doesn't, which is great.
So he's actually just being like slightly held back by this dinosaur because he can actually just like back up a little bit and just leave because he's actually not trapped at all.
He's being hooked. Maybe it's like mid-hook or something. I mean, that's giving me a lot of credit, though.
He's got his sexy face on where he's breathing out his hot man steam. Not a euphemism.
It's in an ice cave. They're warm-blooded.
I just like to think that they're just...
How come she isn't steaming up?
She's a fucking ghost, that's why.
Well, she has magical, shitty mouse powers.
She also has that fucking bandage thing where it's like, I can't be bothered to actually cut both ends of this bandage off.
The thing I'm doing for work now, you know what's funny, is that it has like the same bandage thing on the foot.
Yeah, we always come back. Life is...
It's not a bad idea.
Kristen.
You might as well just fucking bandage the middle of a foot for decoration.
Well, to be fair, yeah, my character also says, I'm talking about, like, the two trailing ends for no reason.
That's good.
Like, you're too fucking lazy to cut off the ends. You're like, boy.
It's more emo that way.
It's on her feet. It is on her feet.
You can't even see the clothes she's wearing, but
I see period-appropriate clothing with, like, a dirty-ass toilet paper wrapped around her feet.
It does look like toilet paper. It looks like disgusting.
Well, you shaded it with black, so it just looks like shit stains.
I didn't know what color was.
Neither did I. Everybody has to go through that shit phase where you shade
burned skin too.
Did you see that one critique I did for that one guy where I tried to tell him that you can't shade with black because you're essentially shading for a universe that doesn't exist because everything is always affected by color. You can't be shading by the lack of color or the complete absence of color all the colors.
It's rare. Like I would.
You can't.
You can do it.
Everything has a fucking.
You can do
it
if it's like a certain like basically.
If you're fucking
like
film noir, maybe.
Yeah, if it's like comic or black and white or something, definitely. But yeah, not really.
If you're striving for realism and you're rendering out a picture, then yeah, you cannot shade with black.
What about like the 2001: A Space Odyssey monoliths? Like that could be shaded with black. It's just a black.
It is just rectangle. If it's a black thing, it would still have, like, reflections of color on it, though.
That's true. I guess the point of that movie, though, was that it was so deep and dark that you couldn't see reflections.
Yeah, whatever.
Sorry, at this point in my time, I really liked that movie, and obviously I was a little pretentious
you saw their shading black, and you're like, you know what? Everything is going to be shaded with...
burn, and I was like, this is the perfect tool for shading.
Yeah, everybody also goes through that phase where, like, burn and dodge is the winning combination, and nobody can tell me otherwise. God. And it's funny because you start to come back to that as you get, like, better and farther along. You're like, a little burn and dodge in here won't hurt it.
Well, if it's, like, a super dark thing, it could work, like in a cave. Or something, like, and on the very edges and on the very darkest points.
Is too bony.
But I just don't understand. There's just so many better ways to paint.
Yeah.
That there's just no point. Burn and dodge is such a shit tool. I don't even understand why they have it for photos. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
For there to be the ability to have shitty photos. I don't know. Options for people to do a bad job.
Like, I'm guessing they're analogous to real tools, but I never did film. I've only done digital film because...
maybe I'm assuming burning has to do with, like, literally, like, partially burning something.
Yeah.
Dodging...
Fight?
Now, like, dodging, I think, is like a camera error, where it sort of, like, sucks... You've seen, like, those old cameras where they'll have, like, the light gets in...
Yeah, like a little pinhole.
Yeah, well, not the cameras that have a pinhole. But, like, if you have, like, a camera with film in it, and then, like, light hits
like
the reel a little bit. Yeah.
It's not a perfect seal,
and then you get, like, that fucking blasted color, and it fucks... I think that's where dodge comes in.
Maybe. Fuck that.
I think that's where that's
Literally
from.
fuck film cameras for having that, being that difficult.
We can now, as digital illustrators farther on, we can use that for other things in a smarter, context, instead of just, like...
It's so disappointing, though, because you don't even know until it's over, and then you're like, I just ruined a $24, I just ruined $8 of film, and then $8 to get it developed. Well, what was me? Uh-oh. We've been talking about this too long. Well, the computer's off. Oh,
no, it's just sleeping.
Okay, well... I don't know how much more there is to say about this.
I just remember when I was younger that, like, my main thing, and I used to put for every single different fucking color, there would be your color layer. It would be, like, hair color. And then there would be a layer above it for dodge, and the layer below it...
There'd be so many layers,
for multiply. And that's how I constructed, like, most of my pictures.
Did you get a little anime, hair shine in there?
Of course I did. Of course, it was
so
like
beautiful.
It was like a fucking nuclear blast on people's hair all the time.
Look how beautifully shaded it is.
I just I like her like.
I know she's like biting onto the fucking thing like. I'm so scared.
So did she draw that on its back, or did you just like? Did you pull a fucking Full Metal Alchemist and the shit just sort of like. Projects from him.
Yeah, you know what? I think if Full Metal Alchemist had come out, so I probably copied that because I was a little unoriginal piece of shit. So
I like how your alchemic symbols, or at least your big giant like arrow thing, is like this.
Go here.
Go here.
Look, it's a sun.
You started from the deltoid. We're gonna move that deltoid over to your trapezius muscle on your back.
I like to imagine she just has to start rubbing the back.
That's another thing. It's like,
it's even going in.
That's why it's so fucking mad. It's like, you've been here for 20 minutes. Go away.
My skin is so sore. It just doesn't feel very good. This isn't good Pokemon.
Either sit on my back. What about his hip? Let's talk about your thing's hip.
Oh God, no! It's like
I
don't even.
Let's talk.
Is it bird hipped or lizard hipped?
Let's talk about the gigantic amount of fat just sitting on his. He's got quite the donk. All right, he's got quite the butt coming out the back.
God. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. Like, I just... you know what? In Final Fantasy VII, they had a lot of dragons like this. I bet it was fucking that. I bet they did. They just had dragons that were unbelievably fat. And I was like, you know what? That looks like a big scary monster. Big badonk.
You know what? I'm just going to put more junk in this trunk.
It was in the spooky temple with Aerith. She was alive at that point. It was a spooky red dragon.
As far as I can tell, this is some sort of, like... weird fan fiction fantasy thing where you're like, one time, fuck is this strawberry's name? Ichigo. One time, Ichigo and Aerith were making out in an ice cave, and then they heard a big scary sound, and then they fought a monster at the end. And it was Thank you for reading my story. I'm glad you read my story.
Who was the spooky guy in Bleach? Was it Grimjaw?
There were like 9 billion.
Was he a good guy or a bad guy?
Well, that's the thing. Is like they all seem to start out as bad guys. They're like, I'm the worst thing you've ever faced, and then they're like, I'm actually a nice guy with bones strapped on my face. Like, I don't know what his fucking deal. That was about the part where I'm just like he was like super. He was like metal super Ichigo. It was on Adult Swim, and I watched some part of it.
The first part.
Well, it's like they used to do the syndicated thing with Adult Swim. It would only be like the first 26 episodes. So I watched like the first 26 episodes like 3 times over. But that was also like 17-year-old me that was just bored at night. And she used to sneak down and watch Inuyasha at 2 a.m. because her parents wouldn't disapprove at that point.
I remember seeing the like opening to Bleach on Adult Swim, and then I just said nope. And then I
that
literally
is where
went to like
stopped.
History Channel. Yeah, I was like nope. Like I heard it and I was like, this is shit.
How old were you?
I was okay. It came out after. I think it was on at the same time Gundam Seed was.
Well, age-wise,
I probably would have been about 16.
And at 16-year-olds, you're like, you know what? I really need a good dose of the History Channel.
I didn't like it. Yeah. The History Channel? Yeah, because my dad basically wanted to be like he wants to be kind of like a history teacher, kind of. And so I was like super... Yeah, I was super fascinated with that. So, well, he has like 2 master's degrees. He's a smart guy. Like, he doesn't fuck around. He knows his history.
That's fun.
But
It's good. Do you have any final thoughts on the tiny hands your dragon has? His tiny fucking hand.
I think they drew a lot of dragons like this with this stupid body type with the tiny fucking hands and feet and stuff. And it wasn't even like they're graceful. Like, it wasn't like I was like a shin clone or anything. It was just shit. It was just garbage. It was like they had tiny bird feet.
Like, I do think that you did go quite a bit out of the box for being 16, alright? For being 16 and painting with your fucking mouse to start.
That was hard.
Yeah, it is.
It was so fucking hard.
Oh my god, I just noticed his spine. Look, his fucking head comes around and then his spine just like goes straight into his ear.
Oh no, it does. He has like a thick neck, but then the thinnest body.
Like I just saw that, I'm like, you did a really... Oh no, wait, never mind. That looks terrible.
Sorry about that.
No, I mean, for your age and for the stuff, like, you went fairly out of the box for it and stuff.
Yeah. I remember working hard. It took like 40 hours. Like, it was fucking intense. I mean, and of course I had shit to show for it, but...
Was that toilet paper foot wrap?
That took a long time. That was a lot of detail back then.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, wow, I'm gonna have to be really careful shading this. And it was just like a really slow blur, you know?
Good.
So shitty.
Good.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's not like the worst thing ever. It shows that at least I tried.
Well,
but...
like, as we were looking this up in our quote-unquote break,
yeah,
where there's not going to be a break, and I'm just going to literally just paste them together.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, even just doing that, like, we went through, was it, like, 86 pages?
Yeah, I had 109 pages on my Photo Bucket.
109 pages on Photo Bucket of mostly drawings.
Yeah.
Of all drawings.
Yeah, well, there's some, like, photos there, or some webcam photos, because then, my friend in Canada wants to see what I look like.
I saved an owl, look at it.
Yeah,
that is actually, it is a very cute owl. Yeah, if you saw
how hideous I was not a...
To be fair, you honestly look the same. And it's the most bizarre fucking thing that you're like, got some fucking Benjamin Button thing going on that you hit like 13 and you look like an adult and you look exactly like you are right now. Well, except she had more pimples.
Yeah,
and bigger glasses.
Yeah, no, I think it was mostly the pimples and the glasses and the nasty hair.
I swear to God, if you probably had pimples and that same pair of glasses, you would look pretty much the same.
Well, yeah, I don't age.
Oh.
It's
the artist's secret.
But yeah, no, I mean, like, yeah, I tried. I mean, I get a gold star for trying, I think, but overall, I mean, I still did it.
You went through, like, 60 pages, were like, this is so terrible. It's like, I put out something like that, like, a year ago, you piece of shit. How dare you?
How dare you judge your own artwork?
How dare you? Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
Parakeet is tweeting like mad.
Yeah, Parakeet's tweeting it's time.
Yeah, Parakeet.
It's time to stop looking at this piece of shit.
Okay, well... I'm Andrea.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is, whatever the hell we're going to try and call this. Do you want to try and figure out a name?
Like FridgeArt? It's like, yeah, because it's only good to put on your mom's refrigerator.
Yeah, I could see something.
Yeah,
like that.
that's when I was brainstorming the other day. That's what came to, I was
see,
like,
I got all excited that you figured that out. Just like, yeah, FridgeArt.
No, I'm not that smart. Jesus. I didn't get a master's degree, just a bachelor's.
Nah, I like FridgeArt.
Yeah.
Go with that.
Yeah, FridgeArt's fun. I mean, it's
and
just...
if anybody has a better idea...
Yeah.
Feel free to post that.
If
you've made it all the way through, feel free to post
Sorry
that.
about it.
Through the parakeets tweeting and through, you know...
I don't know.
I like to think maybe this stuff is interesting, but...
Yeah.
We'll see.
It's something to listen to,
This is sort of our tentative try at this type of thing.
I mean, let us know if it needs to be longer, shorter. Probably not longer, but if it's like better to be more concise.
Yeah, maybe.
You know.
Parakeet.
Yeah,
it's
parakeet,
Andrea, Kristen, and Pixel, the parakeet. The worst fucking parakeet on this earth, because he's the most psychotic fucking thing ever.
Yeah, maybe next time we can do it like timed or something. We have a little egg timer. I don't know.
I would honestly rather do these not like
timed, not artificially
It
timed.
is between 10 and 15 minutes. It's time to talk about the composition. Kristen, I believe your composition is heavily focused on the right with a random thing on the left.
Triangle, though.
Only by the shape of the animal.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
I tried.
Big you tried sticker for everybody.
you tried in Comic Sans.
Yeah, that's my favorite fucking thing. Okay, well, thank you very much. I'm going to awkwardly come over here and try to turn off the Audacity thing.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da. All right, thank you very much. All right, bye-bye.